Jesus makes this declaration. He says, one who is faithful in very little is also faithful in much. And the one who is dishonest in very little is also dishonest in much. It's an axiom that he's actually trying to give out here. It's a truism, meaning it's self-evident. You don't have to explain anymore. It's something that when you say it, okay, you get it. He says, faithful people are faithful people, whether they have little or a lot. That's what he's saying. It's simple, it's straight to the point, self-evident, self-explanatory. Faithful people are faithful people, whether they have little or a lot. And unfaithful people are unfaithful people, whether they have little or a lot. That's what he's saying. See, the amount that you possess, that we possess, that's not the issue. The issue is what's in our hearts. The issue is the issue of the heart. Verse 13, he jumps into and says, no servant can serve two masters. For either he will hate the one and love the other, or he will be devoted to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve God and money. You might wonder, okay, how come he pits money against God? Why didn't he not say, you can't serve God and the devil? Serve God and Satan. He says, why does he say God and money? Well, because money does have, like what I said earlier, it does have the lure, one of the greatest potentials to pull us away from our relationship with God. Let me end with this story. There was a 16-year-old man, this was decades ago. 16-year-old man who had to leave his home because he was coming from a very poor family, and he wanted to try his luck in New York. And so he left and he went onto a canal boat to move from where he was to New York. And he met the canal boat captain, and he told him about his journey, told him about his, he knew how to make soap. He knew how to, at least he's planning to start a business. And so the canal boat, who happened to be a Christian, gave him advice, and this is what he said. He said, someone soon will be the leading soap maker in New York. It can be you as well as anyone. I hope it may. I hope it's you. Be a good man. Give your heart to Christ. So he talks to him about Jesus. And if you want to have if you want your life to have meaning and purpose, give it to Christ. And so he starts talking about Christ. Pay the Lord all that belongs to him. Yes, a tithe, but even more than that, serve him through your money. And then of every dollar you earn, he says, make an honest soap, give a full pound. In other words, what he's saying, if you say that your soap is going to be 100 grams, make it 100 grams, not 99, not 98, not 72, 100 grams. And so give a full pound, and I am certain that you will be a prosperous and rich man. And so he gives this guy, this 16-year-old young man, this advice. And this young man grew up to become a businessman. His name is William Colgate. And so he actually grows his business. Originally, it was a soap business. We all know it as Colgate toothpaste. But it grows to this business. And now he starts giving a tithe of his business, 20%, 30%, up to about 50 to 60%. He gives, and he just lives off whatever's left. All right? Because he says, he was telling, if you read his biography or the stories about him, he says, I know that this world isn't all that there is. I want to be able to invest. Yes, I want to invest in my company, but my company wants to invest in things that will matter for eternity, for a very long time. And so he did so. In fact, his company, as I said, has prospered after that. What's the point? Jesus was saying, invest in those that will matter for eternity. Leverage what you have today for things that will matter for eternity.